am very proud, and I don't want to take too much of your time, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce our Masters of Ceremony. To start the program, it is my pleasure to introduce Torrance City Councilman Jeff Rizzo, the Chair of the Transportation Committee. Jeff?
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to join us for this very special occasion today. I would like to start the ceremony by having Torrance Councilwoman and Transportation Committee member Heidi Ann Ashcraft lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me in the salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Let's move this thing forward here. Now I would like to introduce some of our guests that are here today, and I have a huge list that was just given to me. We have representatives from each of the agencies that participate in this project to help it move it forward. Plus we have some elected officials and representatives from the various offices. The first person I would like to acknowledge is our Mayor, Patrick J. Fury, is here today. And we have, in the front row, we have Councilman Kurt Wiedemann. Councilman Mike Griffiths. Councilwoman Heidi Ann Ashcraft. Councilman Tim Goodrich. We also have our city treasurer, Dana Cortez. And our city clerk, Rebecca Poirier, is here. I think we had some formers in the audience as well that were part of this project. I believe I saw former Councilman Tom Brewer and former Councilman Bill Sutherland in the audience today. They were here today. But we also have some representatives from Supervisor Don Canabe's office. We have Steve Napolitano, Eric Montos representing Assemblyman Hadley's office. We have Fernando Morales representing Senator Ben Allen's office. I believe Hamilton Cloud is here representing Congresswoman Maxine Waters here today. And we have David Legere representing Congressman Ted Lieu. I think is our former city clerk here as well. Sue Herbers is here today. And then we have some of our department heads are with us here. Where is he? Usually in the back of the room there. Leroy Jackson, our city manager. There he is, right in the back of the room. We can always find him in the back of the room. Our assistant city manager, Mary Giordano. Our CIT director, Rick Shikaki, is here today. Community Services Director, John Jones. Our Finance Director, Eric Sau, is here today. General Services Director, Cheryl Ballou. Our Public Works Director, Robert Vesti. We do have our Transit Director, Ms. Kim Turner. Where are you hiding out? You're supposed to be standing over here to back me up. You're my backup here. You're supposed to have my back on this thing. From the South Bay Governing Council, we have Devin Deming is here with us today. And James Gaisley, South Bay COG, and from the city of Lomita. We have some transit agency folks here today. We have Joyce Rooney from Beach Cities Transit. Is here with us today. Art Ida from Culver City Transit. here with us. And Stephanie Wiggins from LA Metro is here with us today. Stephanie. Did I miss anybody? Pardon? David Reno from Foothill Transit is here with us today. Thank you. See? I wouldn't have got that if you were sitting in the back of the room like that. And to everyone else that is here today that I've inadvertently missed, I apologize for that, okay? But everybody else that is here today, thank you for helping us commemorate a very important milestone for the city of Torrance as we break ground on what will soon become the Torrance Transit Park and Ride Regional Terminal. Now, as a city, we could not have done this alone. This project is the result of many federal, state, and local agencies working together to achieve a common goal, to create a multimodal transportation hub for the South Bay community. And I think that's rather impressive. Now, the highlight of today's program will be the official groundbreaking ceremony. There will be a few shovels of earth will signify the official start to the construction of the Torrance Transit Park and Ride Regional Terminal. But before we do that, we have a few speakers here today, folks that will enlighten us as to the project's history, its future, and its importance, not just to Torrance, but to the South Bay and the region. With that, I'd like to introduce Mayor Patrick Fury to come forward and say a few words.
You got my back now too, Jeff, right? Oh, now I got two people. I should have one on the right and one on the left to cover me really good here. Yeah. All right, now I'm safe from all of you folks. As Jeff pointed out, the highlight of this is turning some earth. But to enjoy that highlight, you have to listen to us speak first. And that's the downside to it. But I want to wish everybody a good afternoon and thank you for being here with us. As Councilman Rizzo did say, today is an important milestone for the city of Torrance and, in fact, for the entire region of Southern California that we're in. Today, breaking ground on Torrance Transit Park and Ride Regional Terminal signifies a long-term project that is essentially coming full circle. About 11 years ago, 2004 or so, the transit center at Del Amo Fashion Center was closed. And it was a little small office there that included the transit store and a driver's lounge. There were 9 bus bays, which allowed passengers to get on and off the buses pretty easily. There was also about 150 dedicated carpool parking spaces as well. When that transit center closed, the store was moved over to the west annex at Torrance City Hall, and bus service around the mall was converted to curbside stops. And that was not an easy task for our transit department to actually arrange for buses to come to a certain location and stop there, and shortly thereafter another bus would come and pick them up and go to another location. And really, transit did a great job of that, making it work. But we knew it was not the ideal solution for providing the best possible service. So thinking in the long term, the goal became to create a larger and permanent home for a transit center. City staff did an extensive research on what it would take to create a regional transit center, not just a storefront, not just a place where a bus would stop, leave people off, another bus would pick them up. The idea was a facility that would be a true regional presence and a resource. Several sites were considered, but for one reason or another, they did not fit the needs of the community. And we're a fully built out city, so it's not easy finding a location that met the needs of our transit system as well as the region. But this location became available, and the city moved really quickly to acquire it. Assistant City Manager Mary Giordano, thank you so much for what you did. You led a team of staff from many city departments to locate this place and to finalize the deal that we could actually purchase that. Let's give Mary a round of applause. Mary, you can't do things of this magnitude without getting thanks from everybody. This was really a big deal. Members of that team even went to Washington, D.C. to seek funding for the project. But it wasn't until 2008 that another viable funding source became available, and we know that as Measure R, the LA County's half-cent sales tax. I want to thank everybody who voted for that, because we found money that we would otherwise never have ever seen. But after that, then the project moved forward with the help of many people and many agencies. Funding was secured through the hard work of the Public Works Department under the leadership and direction of Rob Bessie. Rob, as a Public Works Director, I know as an engineer, you like building things. And I know this is right in the scope of what you wanted. So let's give Rob a round of applause for even getting this off the bus. $18.1 million in Measure R funds was awarded by the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transit Authority for this. MTA, thank you. Give them a round of applause. And our transit department then worked with Caltrans to secure another $2.4 million in state Proposition 1B bond money. So transit, very good. And then, of course, we, the city of Torrance, contributed $1 million to this project. Oh, that's for us. We retained the architecture firms of RNL and Frank Webb and Associates to help us with the design of the facility, with the goal of achieving a gold rating under Leadership in Energy Environmental Design, also known as LEED. I think it's very important that we're putting something in to help with the environment, and at the same time, the facility will also be environmentally friendly. And I think that was a very good vision of the city, as well as all the stakeholders that involved this. The new complex will consist of a 15,000 square foot, two-story transit building, an 8-bus bay, a passenger drop-off and a pickup zone, a landscape public plaza, and a 1-story building that will house a transit store, security office, and retail space. Slowly but surely, the project began to come together. So here we are today, ready to break ground on this long-awaited project. And I know many of you in this tent today recognize the location of where this project is going to be. There's a railroad track right over there, right? And Burlington Northern Santa Fe pulls freight down, up and down there quite often. The good news is that the MTA also has the right-of-ways for that track, or that graded over there. So what we want is to come back here in a short period of time to tell you that, yes, the Green Line is going to be coming right to here, to the city of Torrance. But even before that, when this transit park and ride regional terminal is completed, it will be a state-of-the-art, multimodal transportation center. And with careful planning and looking to the future, we believe it will be the home of the Green Line station in Torrance, providing rail connectivity to all of Los Angeles County, all of the county. You can get on a train here in Torrance and go to the airport. You can go to Los Angeles, you can go to Pasadena, you can go to the Inland Empire, just by going to our transit center. The facility will provide a link between passenger cars, bus service, and light rail, addressing the travel and commuting needs of our regional community. Other transit providers in the region, public and private, have also voiced an interest in using the facility as an arrival and departure point for their services. We look forward to working with Beach Cities. We look forward to working with G-Trans of Gardena and LA Metro and any other of the regional bus services. We want them to become a part of our transit center. We also anticipate the potential for working with Los Angeles World Airport's Flyaway program so that you can come here, park your car, get on the Flyaway bus to the airport, even before the Green Line is completed. We're also looking to other long-distance bus carriers as well to come to Torrance so that someday you could come here and perhaps go to Las Vegas on a bus, or you go to San Francisco on a bus, or go to San Diego on a bus. this facility truly will be a regional transit center and a regional asset. It will be a safe destination that enriches the larger South Bay community. So I want to thank you once again for all coming here today and helping us to commemorate this historic occasion. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. I can't wait till we get all done speaking so we can go out there and throw some dirt.
Thank you, Mayor. Now I'd like to, apparently Supervisor Kanabe could not make it here today. His field representative, Steve Napolitano, is here. I'd like to make a few remarks on behalf of Supervisor Kanabe.
Thank you very much. Speaking of dirt, I want you to know my county car has not been washed for weeks. That aside, I am here on behalf of Supervisor Kanabe, and he is also Director Kanabe because he is a member of the Metro Board, so he wanted to make sure that I was here today. He's unfortunately held up at the board meeting today. Tuesdays are board meetings, so I want to make sure I was here to say congratulations. This is a great day for Torrance, a great day for the South Bay, and yes, we need to follow up. I have been driving by this lot for 10 years, working for Supervisor Kanabe, to my office in Torrance Courthouse, and I'm tired of seeing this empty dirt lot here, and I can't wait for that day, not just take a bus, but to get on the Green Line and go downtown from here. So congratulations to the City of Torrance. Congratulations to yourselves, because these are your tax dollars at work. These are Measure R tax dollars. This is what you've paid into the system. This is what you're getting back to it. So we support that. We're going to continue that. We're going to do this later? We're going to do this later. I can't go anywhere without a certificate, though, so I'm going to come back up later.
Thank you, Steve. Now I'd like to invite Jim Gaisley. He's the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Lomita and the Chairman of the South Bay City's Council of Governments. Come up to the podium and say a few words.
I'll be brief so we can get on our way here, but it's an honor to be here today and participate in this important event for the whole South Bay. The South Bay City Council government looks forward to the Torrance Park and Ride Lot and Transit Center becoming a regional transit hub of the bus and rail network that will link the Palos Verdes Peninsula and the eastern areas of the South Bay to downtown LA and the west side and beyond. The South Bay City Council of Governments has been involved in this project since 2011. It was one of the first projects selected for the first 5 years Early Action South Bay Highway Program funding. The $18.1 million that the South Bay cities collectively contributed from the South Bay Measure R Highway Program Fund is one of the most ambitious South Bay early action projects. The project will serve Measure R goals to reduce delays on the South Bay freeways and highways by providing a transit alternative. And the site is particularly strategic as it is a location for a future light rail station line on the South Bay extension of the Metro Green Line. And in the near term, the surface parking spaces and bus bays will provide early mobility benefits. For those who don't know anything about the South Bay COG, we provide a regional forum for collaboration by local jurisdictions to improve the quality of life in the South Bay. Besides funding programs to improve the operation of the South Bay freeways, state highways, and eligible arterials like the Torrance project, we are breaking ground today on, with Measure R funds dedicated to the South Bay. The South Bay COG administers the South Bay Environmental Service Center, which helps our cities lead by example with their own energy savings and provides conservation information at community events throughout the South Bay. And we are helping each other, the cities in the South Bay, develop climate action plans, sustainability initiatives, as well as promoting the use of alternative fuel vehicles and specifically electric vehicles. So in conclusion, on behalf of the South Bay COG, congratulations to the Torrance City Council and staff for securing the funding and completing design that makes this project ready for construction. Let's all meet here again in 18 months when it's completed on time and on budget. And I want to thank Kurt for serving on the COG for the City of Torrance, and Steve Lance for all the work you do at Metro and at the COG. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. I think I heard a horn out there. Stephanie, did you bring the Green Line down for us? Just a special occasion, or? Thank you. Now I'd like to invite Stephanie Wiggins, CEO of LA Metro, to the podium to say a few words.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't let me get in trouble.
I'm sorry, Deputy CEO.
Thank you, Deputy CEO, thank you. I am so pleased that Metro could be here to help make this day possible on behalf of Torrance and for this groundbreaking for the Torrance Transit Center. We are proud that a significant amount of the funding for this major facility is as a result of our Measure R sales tax dollars. That's so important that locally the residents of Torrance, as well as the rest of the county, chose to impose taxes so we could invest locally. This transit center, as you've heard today, the mayor also said it's a catalyst for economic development in the region. More jobs will be generated through construction, jobs through operations and maintenance, and even there may be some joint development opportunities. And there's no doubt, I'll take the message back to our CEO, Phil Washington, and the board, it's also a catalyst for Green Line extension to the city of Torrance. So again, I just want to, I want to thank the city of Torrance, Mayor, the City Council for your vision and leadership. Without your vision and the vision of your team, the city manager, the assistant city manager, and others, Public Works, these projects are not possible. I also want to thank Kim Turner, your general manager. She's a tremendous asset and a partner and a champion for this project. And let's go get it done.
Thank you, Ms. Wiggins. Okay. Now, apparently, we do have all our field representatives here today that would like to present the City of Torrance some certificates. Mayor, if you don't mind stepping back up to the podium to receive these on behalf of the city. First, I'd like to call up David Legere from Congressman Ted Lieu's office.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here on behalf of Congressman Lieu. I'm presenting you this for once. To the City of Torrance, in recognition of this groundbreaking ceremony, thank you for your commitment to providing quality public transportation to not just the residents of Torrance, but the whole entire South Bay. Hopefully you can get some of these cars off the road so there's a little bit less traffic for me to deal with going down to LA every day. That'll be a great benefit, or the Green Line if that works too. So congratulations. Thank you.
Receive and to give.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Next, Fernando Morales from Senator Ben Allen's office.
First of all, I wanted to say it's an honor to be here today on behalf of Senator Allen. And I think it was mentioned that it's an investment locally, it's an investment regionally. It works on so many levels. And once again, I know that the senator would definitely wish to be able to hand this in person, but I guess I'll have to do for today. I want to say thank you.
Thank you very much. See, it takes three of us.
Yeah. There's Eric Mateos from Senator Representative David Hadley's office. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eric Matos. I'm here representing Assemblymember David Hadley, who represents the 66th Assembly District, which encompasses all the South Bay. I'm here to present this certificate to the City of Torrance and Mayor Fury on behalf of their work to get this project groundbroken. And this is going to be a great asset to the community. It's going to expand the availability for transportation and create a lot of jobs here in the city. So on behalf of Assemblymember David Hadley, thank you, and to all others who took a great part in making this possible.
Thank you so much. Must have a good budget.
Yeah.
Frame, Steve, frame.
Lastly, Steve, you're up.
Dirty cars, no frames.
You already heard from me, so let's take the picture. Hand painted, no frame, hand painted. Suitable for framing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for stepping up. Thank you for stepping up. Appreciate it.
Already done now? That's
We're done. No more certificates. No more
certificates. Anybody got anything else they want?
Okay. Thank you to all the field representatives for coming up and presenting the city with your certificates. Okay, so we're almost there. Anybody want to, is it getting too hot in here, or you want to stay in here where it's nice and shady? No? Okay, we'll get it going here. I just have a few more thank yous. I would like to thank our friends at the LA County Metropolitan Transit Authority, Caltrans, and South Bay Council of Governments for helping us get this project off the ground. Thank you to our local transit agencies for your support you've shown us as we move this project forward. Thank you to the staff from Torrance Transit and the City Manager's Office, led by our own Kim Turner. We appreciate the work that you put in and went into putting together today's event. Also like to thank Project Manager Ted Simon for his dedication and leadership in moving this project forward. Other city staff. Other city staff from Community Services Department, General Services, Public Works, City Cable, Central Services, and Community Development. I'd like to give a special shout out to Tracy Drake for her expertise in the environmental concerns and conditions of this site. Tracy helped us work through those concerns and conditions, and for that we're truly appreciative. So Tracy, thank you. And finally, thanks to all of you, our community, and our partners in this endeavor. We're happy you could make it, and we look forward to seeing you here at the opening in 18 months. So it's time. This is it. It's time to officially begin construction on the Torrance Transit Park and Ride Regional Terminal. I'd like to invite the Honorable Mayor Fury and our elected officials from the city that are here today, as well as our special guests, to join me outside. We're going to grab our shovels, going to grab our hard hats, and we're going to get this show on the road, so to speak. So everyone, please join us outside. Let's gather together. They're going to do more shots with more people added into the shot. More representatives. Yes. You want to get your dog?
This looks like a dirty end of the...
Where's the other mayor?
Okay. Mary has declined.
Oh, where's the...
Rebecca.
What's happening, girl?
Too much.
They want some gnats out on the shovel.
Okay.
Really? Oh, I'm keeping my shovel. I'm keeping my shovel for 18 months from now.
Use this thing.
Very nice shovel.
Anybody else? Are we?
They want one more?
One more for Metro. Turn to the left. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations. You happy? We have another round of polls. They're yours.
We're done?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Okay, folks, this concludes our ceremony. I appreciate everybody coming. Again, thank you, and I hope to see you again in 18 months when we officially open the facility. Thank you for coming.
Where are we going to put it?